I'd like to start this video off with a formal apology. Apparently, there were over 25 people who watched yesterday's video, which you can watch right here, who have been hospitalized due to vertigo from watching that video. So definitely don't go watch that video. I can't afford paying all of these lawsuits. Thank you. The Summoner is a spellcaster, which means weird feat selections. Are they going to be great feats? Are they going to be weird feats? Are they going to be powerful feats? Well, it depends on what you're looking for from a feat. I, however, think the Summoner has some really cool options, albeit a lot of them are situational. But which ones are my top 5 favorites? Well, it's a good thing you clicked on a video about my top 5 favorites. Why do we do intros? I know they're to enwrap you and pull you in and get you invested so much that by the time it's been a minute and a half in the video, well, you've already watched that much. You're not going to click off now, are you? But like, you clicked the video, you know what the title is. It's top 5 Summoner feats. Why do an intro about the top 5 Summoner feats? I want to give a huge shout out to all the members of the No Net One's Patreon page. Every single person on this list is supporting the channel. If you'd like to get your name on the list as well, there's a link in the description where you can pledge for $1, $5, $10, or $20 a month. They all do the exact same thing, they just support me a little bit more. Thank you to everybody who has pledged so far in No Net November. It helps out a ton and helps me keep on cranking the content machine and vomiting out the class guides. Well, not the class guides, but the guides to the classes, you know. I'm just gonna do the feats now. Cool. Starting off in 5th place is Ranged Combatant. This is a fine feat, and it's one of multiple evolution feats that are on this list. As a reminder, an evolution feat completely and actually changes part of your Eidolon, usually giving them a new ability they can do or imparting some kind of passive effect forever. Ranged Combatant is pretty simple. They get a 30-foot range increment unarmed strike with the magical and propulsive traits, that's important, and it can be of any damage you choose from acid, bludgeoning, cold, electricity, fire, negative, piercing, positive, or slashing. That's part of what I love about this feat, is it lets you completely customize your ranged attack. So you have a beast that's just a big bear. Cool, maybe when you take this feat, it grows a small, like, volcano hump on its back that can now be used to shoot little flaming rocks at people. That's just super cool flavor and customization. But it's also just purely useful mechanically. As I've said a lot of times, it's always good to have a ranged option, and no Eidolon by default, except for maybe Fae, I think they get some spells, none of them get ranged attacks, so having one that's 30-foot range increment, remember an increment is different from a solid range. Range increment, it means you can attack from 30, 60, 90, even 120 feet away, granted at some growing penalties. And the fact that it's propulsive is a really nice quality of life, allowing you to add half of your strength to the damage. This is usually only going to be +1 or +2, but on a ranged strike, that is always useful. Especially when it's only a d4 of damage, that extra +1 or +2 is worth a lot. This is not a feat you're going to take and then use for all of your strikes forever. This is situational, but being able to give a character that normally cannot have a ranged option is just really good, really fantastic for when you're fighting people who are high up, people who are running towards you so you can attack them while they're approaching you, fighting flying enemies for whatever reason. There's a lot of worlds where you wish you had a ranged attack option, and that's exactly what this feat gives you. Coming in at 4th place is the level 4 Tandem movement. I talked about this a little bit in yesterday's video, and it's just fantastic. There's no limit to the number of tandem actions you can use on your turn as a summoner. Tandem actions just tend to have a limited number of uses per round, most notably act together. However, tandem movement can be used as often as you like. And this is one action for both you and your Eidolon to both stride, and if your Eidolon has a different form of movement, they can take that as well. Same goes to you, honestly. If your summoner can fly, you can fly as part of tandem movement. And this feat alone can technically let you cheat 6 actions into 1 turn. They'd all have to be strides, but you and your Eidolon can both stride 3 times because tandem movement has no limit on its uses. More importantly for me is this allows you to cheat 5 or 6 actions into your turn. If you do tandem movement, that's 2 stride actions for 1 action, and then you want to cast Electric Arc, well, you can act together. Your Eidolon can strike from its newly repositioned position, and you can cast your spell from your new position, and you have just spent 5 actions on 1 turn, striding twice, striking somebody, and casting a 2-action spell, all in the same turn. I think Tandem movement perfectly encompasses what the summoner is made for, and that is just breaking the action economy wide open and doing more. Sure, sometimes it has to be specific things like only stride actions, but being able to cheat in a perfect repositioning of you and your Eidolon at effectively no cost? Wild. The tip in third place holds a special place in my heart because it bends the rules of Pathfinder as a whole, which you know I love. I love when a game is not afraid to take something that is not supposed to be like that and make it like that.
He has such a way with words.
Third place is Grasping Limbs. This one does sort of have a prerequisite in that you need to have an unarmed strike on your Eidolon with the grapple trait. That strike with the grapple trait gains the grab monster ability. It doesn't just let you grapple with them, it uses the monster ability, which is not supposed to be available to player characters. And in case you don't know how the grab monster ability works, allow me to read it to you, because there's a reason this feat is level 12. The monster's last action was a successful strike that lists grab in its damage entry, or currently has a creature grabbed or restrained. If used after a strike, the monster attempts to grapple the creature using the part it attacked with. This attempt neither applies nor counts towards the creature's multiple attack penalty. What does this mean? This means you have your Eidolon make its strike. Maybe you cast Electric Arc as part of Act Together, so you've only used a total of 2 actions, and your Eidolon hits. Cool. They now get to make a grapple check at their full bonus for an extra action. That's insane. Being able to, in one turn, cast a damaging cantrip or a full spell slot, strike a creature, and roll a full bonus grapple against them is nuts! And I'm not even done, because if you use it the other way I described, where you already have a creature grabbed, then just by using the grab action, you automatically succeed and extend the grapple to the end of your next following turn. What this means is that from now on, your Eidolon only needs to grapple somebody successfully once, and as long as they don't actively escape your grapple, for one action you can permanently extend it forever. This is insane. My second favorite feat for the summoner is a simple one, but I like it because it's a big area of big number damage, which makes the brain monkeys happy. I'm talking about Eidolon's Wrath. This level 6 feat gives you a new focus spell, which, by the way, you will have at least 2 focus points by the time you take this feat, at least, if not more, and whenever you use it in a 20-foot emanation around your Eidolon, everybody makes a basic reflex save against 5d6 damage of a type that you chose when you picked this feat. It's basically any energy type. Acid, cold, electric, fire, negative, positive, or sonic. This is basically a fireball. A third rank fireball deals 6d6 damage in a 20-foot burst. This deals 5d6 damage in a 20-foot emanation around your Eidolon and scales just as well as fireball does. The only hard part is that it's an emanation and it doesn't tell friend from foe. But if you have something like Tandem movement and can easily reposition your Eidolon, you can nuke the battlefield 2 or 3 times per combat. Because yeah, let me emphasize that. This is a fireball that you get back on a short rest. When you just refocus for 10, 20, 30 minutes and get all your focus points back, you get all of your Eidolon's wraths back. This is such incredible damage for so little. 2 actions and a focus point to deal 5d6 damage? Even if you're only hitting 1 or 2 targets, this is insane. There's not even that much more to say. It's 1 line of text for this spell. It's just so good, and the fact that you get it back on short rest, meaning you can use this almost every single combat, makes it such a reliable and fun source of explosive damage. And you know, if you're friends with the rogue and you know they already auto-crit succeed normal successes, it doesn't matter if they get caught in the emanation. Just roll higher, idiot. And now, my number 1 top favorite feat for the entire summoner class in Pathfinder 2e is Eidolon's Opportunity. Plus hulking size. Plus towering size. Allow me to elaborate. Eidolon's Opportunity is not that special. It is reactive strike on your Eidolon. Woohoo, every single martial class in the game gets some version of this. But you combine this with hulking size and especially towering size, and you've got a huge monstrosity that is threatening so many squares with reactive strikes. Remember, if they leave a square within your reach, I'm gonna put it on screen right now. I'm gonna draw it with like paint. But if you've got a creature with 15-foot reach on all of its strikes, that is a massive area where you can just take reactive strikes. If a creature tries to move through any of those squares, you are hitting them. Hell, if they try to cast a spell or make a ranged attack while within that area, you can get your reaction, and you're a summoner. Summoners aren't exactly decked out with a whole bunch of reactions, so this gives even more action economy. Imagine being able to take 5 actions per turn and pretty much a guaranteed reactive strike every single round because your reach covers the entire battlefield. I love this. I'm a huge fan of reactive strikes. It's another reason that fighter is one of my favorite classes, and this combined with the massive size is great. You can do this with barbarians as well. I know someone's gonna leave a comment being like, oh, giant barbarians. And absolutely, giant barbarians just as cool. But the fact that you can do this with a giant dragon or a giant bear or a giant ghost, there's so many ways. There's so many cool pictures. Imagine this just Goliath of a monstrosity undead specter with just a sword whipping around, interrupting anybody who tries to walk past them. I love this feat. I love the flavor. I love the utility. Again, put it on screen again, the picture of every single square that triggers a reactive strike if someone moves through it. And there you go. There's my top 5 summoner feats. I actually found this list, like, these feats aren't boring, but they're just all good. You know, ooh, grapple at full bonus and auto-extend grapple. Ooh, big damage number from Eidolon's Wrath. Ooh, wide reactive strike range. It's just cool. You know, none of these are mind-blowing. None of these are that game-changing, aside from the grab feat, I think. But they're all really good, and I just enjoy it. They feel good. That's why these are on this list. All 5 of these feats feel good to take and to apply to the battlefield. It's so fun. I still say the Summoner is one of the hardest classes in the game to play, but hopefully these last 2 videos have helped you figure it out a little bit more, and maybe helped you figure out if you want to play one or not. That's all for me. I want to give another huge shout out to the members of the No Net One's Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Link in the description if you want to get your name on that list as well. I appreciate all y'all so much. Now I'm going to hunker down, edit these 2 videos, and then go get some groceries.